Uppy, uppy, uppy. It's One Funny Morning. I'm Dana Blizzard, and it's too early in the morning. This is the dumbest show in the whole world.
From Monday
to Friday.
Sometimes on Saturdays.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
Dean stinks.
You never know what's gonna happen.
That's your Dateline voice?
I don't know.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It's not a chicken leg. This is a chicken leg.
Look at that manhole cover on my face.
Not a bad rendition of me. Hold on.
We know your brother. We'll give you a ride to school or whatever.
That's called
our school
murder
time.
in New Jersey.
He was a lot
Like what is?
with his everything.
Oh.
What's outside your puerta de clima?
That's Stellan! Yeah!
Good morning from Ocean City. Good time, Andrea here, spending a day down the shore, ready for the Christian Chenoweth concert. I hope you have a great day because it's time for Uppy Uppy with your host, Dina Blizzard. Have a great day.
Good morning, good morning. How is everybody? Everybody, this is Dana.
Hello.
Also known as Miss Wyoming from my year, Wyoming and Jersey together, although we're in North Carolina now. It's so beautiful. We're at a beautiful spa known as Dana's House. And there's a spool over there that we're about to get in, but I wanted to hang out here first and say good morning. I know, Tanya, I'm a little late today. I'm on relaxation time, so we've been chilling out this morning. How is everybody? Live from Bourbon Country. Have you ever been to Bourbon Country?
Is that North Carolina?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, it's like
Kentucky?
like Louisville.
No.
No?
No.
Do you drink bourbon?
No.
You will. Okay. Okay. It's mandatory. If you're friends with me, you have to drink bourbon. So Dana is gorgeous. Okay. Dana has the most beautiful silver hair you've ever seen. Look at it. So tell everybody about how long did it take you to grow yours out? Because we were talking, so we met. I was 22. You were 18.
20.
You were 20.
20.
So we were at Miss America together. This was our gorgeous day. I should have prepped a picture of us. Do you have a picture of us? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Yeah.
Here, it's on my
It's
phone.
on your phone? Okay, yeah,
Is that
good.
okay?
So we met when we were just babies. And then, but Dana said, she was like, Dina, I was already silver. At 20?
18 it started. Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So now she has the most beautiful silver hair. Autumn, I wish I could say this is mine. This is Nikki's. Dana said, don't forget to bring your bathing suit because we're going to get in the spool when you get here. And then, of course, as soon as I left, I forgot my bathing suit. So I borrowed one of Nikki's. I'm going to see her next week. I love Dana's hair, and she's absolutely stunning.
See, I was so worried. I heard people on the internet were so mean.
No, not my
They would
people.
say, "Ugh, she's so
No,
ugly."
my people are never mean. And if somebody is mean, then we attack them verbally. Okay, whatever. Just came back from a cruise, Vienna. Good for you. I'm basically on my cruise today, also known as Danish Yard. So,
Wow.
and we're like babies in these pictures. And my hair is like black. I mean, I'm going back to that color with a little pepper of silver into it.
I can't find it.
Let me think if I have that.
Can't find it.
Do I have it? All right, so tell them about your hair journey while I look.
So keeping it not silver was a lot of work. I think I would go to the salon every 3 to 4 weeks, and it would take about 4 hours at least to color and then try to add highlights. And so obviously my appointment was scheduled for March 20th, 2020 was when I was due to go in and get my color treatment. And of course the salon was closed and it didn't work. So I just didn't go and then kept not going. And I think it took about 2 years for it to finally
Really?
all grow out. I think when I cut it and it was about to here. At one point it grew you know, I had a big line because I did a lot
Yeah.
of hair dye. So
Yeah.
at one point, I kind of bleached the ends to just,
Yeah, that's what I did.
I don't know. But I wore a lot of hats for 2 years.
Do you have any pictures of like a transition? Like
I
what-
have my, yeah, I have the
Oh,
whole,
yeah, let's
I
see
have
some
the
of
whole
those.
transition.
Because I think that that's the hardest part. I think it's the reason why people don't tend to do it, because it's a long time and you get like that really stark line. Mine is probably out to here now. So it's been almost a full year. I was at 48 weeks, maybe 2 weeks ago. So it's like 50 weeks.
So this is July 2020.
Wow. This is July and you started in March?
April, and June. So that was after 4 months.
Wow. It's so
And
beautiful.
you know what I did too, which really helped, is I used airbrush. If anyone has heard of the
Is that like the spray?
the makeup airbrush, it comes with hair powder, and so I'll show you. At one point, I would airbrush. I would actually airbrush in, and it would make it look like it was highlights. So that was the same day.
That's the same day, and you would use this airbrush thing. And where did you get airbrush from? Just like
the company, it's called Tentu, and they do like normal makeup airbrush, but they'll have hair powder, different colors. You can just airbrush in it. So that helps.
So
and then,
pretty.
Let's see if I have one more where it's really drastic.
I love it. And Dana was saying it's so funny. There's like 4 groups of people that like love it, but one of them is like young people are like, "Oh my gosh, I love how you dyed your hair." And she's like, "No, this is what it actually looks." Because you know the youngest are trying to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so fun.
Yeah.
So fun.
And then that was March 20. So that's a year. And I had bleached some of the bottom. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So,
it looks so good. So good. So if anybody is thinking about it, now is the time. All the cool kids are doing it. I'm still trying to figure out what mine's going to look like. You know, because this part is still like a honey brown, which I'm not a honey brown. I'm like dark brown. So it's still like a little, but she said that she thinks that by like the beginning of the new year, it'll be all in. And then I got to figure out if I like it. Mm-hmm. Did her mom go gray early too?
Mm-mm. My dad.
Oh.
My dad. He was completely gorgeous silver by mid 30s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's his fault.
How do you deal with the different textures? I have such a hard time with that, Mary said.
I mean, it's thinned out a lot, and it's definitely not my old hair, but it just, I don't know. It is what it is. So you just kind of live with it. I wear in a ponytail a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's funny. Junian said, I have silver on top and the sides. I wonder if I should try it. Junian, I'm telling you, very freeing. Very freeing, I think. Right? Like you don't have to think about
and you
it
save
anymore.
a ton of money.
Ton of money. So you can use on pellets in your butt. Trying to get Dana. She's too young still. She's not ready. But it's funny. And I can tell like if it's like really humid, like I'll straighten this in the morning, but then it'll just in where the white is, it'll start to kink up faster than the rest of mine. I never wore a pony before, but now I constantly keep it up. Yeah. So I have a skunk stripe and it just widens. You mean like down the middle? So mine, I was saying the other day, the biggest amount of white that I have is actually on this side. I messed it all up. And I do feel like if my hair is flipped that way, I feel like Elvira. Do you remember Elvira? She was like the nighttime, whatever. I don't know what she's from. Is she from a movie or was she just like a personality when we were younger? Do you remember?
Well, Cruella DeVille.
Cruella DeVille, yeah.
The thing. So my stripe is actually opposite. So my stripe is dark.
Oh, that's so fun.
So it's funny.
I wear my hair in a ponytail every day. Hate wearing it down.
Yeah.
I'm 36 and fully embracing my silver.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the day I don't have to schedule my hair. I know. It's weird though. My silver is only around my face. The back and sides are now hair color of blondish brown. Yeah, well, that's what she said. She said most women, everybody's is different. But if there is anything in common, it's just that it will usually be around your crown first. But she said, a lot of people get it in that temple area. And you know what? Nobody thinks I'm wiser. Why is that when men get it, they're like, he knows things. And then when women do it, they're like, she's saving money. nobody ever says she knows things. Like, she is probably going to get pellets soon. Is probably what they think. Yeah.
I'm not ready yet. Yeah.
She did. She hosted all the macabre movies when we were on TV. Is that it? Was that the only thing? Do you remember what I'm talking about? That Elvira? She was like, it was a nighttime show.
It's a show. I used to watch it.
Yeah. But I don't think she was known for anything else. I think she would just, wonder what she's doing now. Is she still alive?
I don't know.
Let's look her up.
I don't know. So yeah, my feed on Instagram is all women who have gone silver, and they're gorgeous and beautiful. And then up one day pops up this one lady, and she's holding up her hair, and you can see her roots. And she's like, everyone keeps asking me, like, when are you going to embrace your silver? And she does, that thing on the screen where it pops, and then it pops up, and she's obviously gone to the hairdresser, and it's the most beautiful, like, colored highlight. And she's like, never. Like, she's just kind of like, nope, I'm not doing it. And I thought I wouldn't either. Like, her hair was so pretty. So it was just like,
wait. So she went back to dyeing it?
Oh yeah. She's like, I'm not going to embrace it.
Wow. That's really funny.
Good. But I think her silver would have been really pretty. But I think it's everyone's decision.
Yeah. I know. My sisters keep saying to me all the time, they're like, you're going to look like the old sister now. And I was like, yeah, I don't care. I think that's the difference. Yeah, this is her, right? But I don't know who the actress is that plays her. But that's going to be me, everybody. And I'm going to have that shirt on, and my boobs are going to look like that. So you won't even notice my hair. That's the plan. What was one of the James Bond movies before she invented Creed? Elvira. Note, she is a blonde. Really? She was in one of the James Bond movies. My hair would look like Dana's if I let it grow out. You should do it then. So pretty. So I have a story. I told this story to Dana last night about adventures that Missy and I had on Friday. Missy knows what I'm talking about. And I was going to go live Saturday and tell everybody this story because it was so crazy. So Dana and I, many of you know, are both writing books, and we'll go to like Barnes and Noble and write together. And we write for 45 minutes. We talk for 15. This is our schedule, right? So we decided to do it on Zoom because I was in Myrtle Beach. So I had been sitting in like the cafeteria, and the chairs are like really hard if you're sitting there for 3 or 4 hours. So it's like there was a section where it had 4 chairs facing each other with a low table in the middle. And so I was like, okay, I'll sit here because the chairs are cushy. And so I put my feet up on the table. I sat down. I had my little laptop, and I sat there for hours having a great time. So, but there's 3 other chairs, right? So a lady comes over. Now I have my headset on, and Missy's on Zoom, but I can't see her because I have like my document up. So a lady comes over. Now you tell me, I don't think I'm wrong, but you can decide. Cassandra Peterson. All right, I'll look her up. A lady comes over. Now I have my headset on, and there's music playing, so I can't hear anything. A woman comes over to the table, and she starts to put her cups. She goes like this, like can I sit there? So I take my headset out, and I say, oh yeah, please join me. You're welcome to join me. And she goes, I didn't say that. I said, are you going to take your dirty feet off this table? And I was a little bit in shock and just like looked around like, is this a joke? Like, am I being punked right now? Because it was so aggressive. Like, it's like she didn't come up and be like, hey, do you mind if I sit? But I'm going to put, yeah. So I stare at her for like an uncomfortable amount of time because I think I'm a little bit in shock and I don't know what to say when people are that aggressive. And so I just stare at her for too long, to the point where now it's super uncomfortable. And then I start laughing in her face. And yeah, how many seconds before Jersey comes out? Molyneux, it was so crazy. So I now I'm just sitting here holding my AirPod and I crack up laughing. And I had a choice to address it or to mentally check out. So I put my AirPod back in. I turned my radio up as loud as it could get on my phone, like back that thing up, clearly playing on my headset. And I was just like, do not address this woman. So now I get back on my computer and I can see her hovering right here, screaming at the top of her lungs. I don't know what she's screaming because I'm backing that thing up, right? And I'm trying to write, and she's screaming at me. And I'm sitting here like, and you know how you get that feeling in your soul where you're just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know. And so I can feel it, but I just keep typing. So now I start looking, just so you know, this Barnes & Noble is the biggest one I've ever seen. It had to be 9,000 square feet. There was plenty of places to sit. She didn't have to, whatever. Oh, I kept my feet up on the table. And that's the question. I could have put my feet down, but not if you coming at me like that. Nothing good's going to happen here. So I keep my feet up. I keep typing. Well, I'm looking around. I'm going, I can't believe that no one else is seeing this in the whole store. Like, she's still screaming at me. And then I'm like, I just can't believe it. No one's going to believe this happened. I wish somebody was here. And then I was like, is Missy still here? And I move my document over, and Missy's face is wide on Zoom. She's like, what is happening? And now I crack up even more. And now she's even more enraged that I'm cracking up. So I can't talk to her because she's here. So I start typing into the chat. And I was like, oh my gosh, did you hear this? She goes, I've been recording for the last 7 minutes. And I was like, so now we're both in the chat. She goes, what's happening? I go, sitting here, I have my feet up. And then she came over, started screaming. She goes, Dina, she's been screaming at you for 7 minutes. And I said, well, what is she saying? And Mrs. like, how do you not know? And I said, I turned my radio up, my music up. Yeah, if she had asked nicer, I would have definitely taken my feet down, but no. So now Missy and I are going back and forth. And she's like, I recorded it. She's like, she's saying she hates you. She's saying you're dirty and that you're laughing because you don't know, you're wrong. So now the whole thing. So at some point, she grabs her phone and now she's sitting in her chair just doing this to me. I guess recording me. I don't know. And the whole time I'm thinking, what is she going to do with this video? Like, it's just a video of a lady. Now, mind you, I have not said a word the whole time. Didn't say a word. Didn't look at her. Yeah, exactly, curly top. I was like, somebody got something going on. And she's recording me. I'm like, what is she going to do? Be like, can you guys believe this lady was minding her own business, not talking to me, not addressing me as I berated her in public? She was the feet police. So then Missy and I, now I'm like writing and Missy and I are going back and forth. Next thing you know, she gets up and I thought, okay, she's done. Because she didn't have a book in her hand. She didn't have a computer. She's just sitting on her phone. Next thing you know, she gets up. She goes to the chair that's directly opposite me and starts pushing it back. And I go, oh, I see what we're doing. She moves the chair back, grabs the other side of the table, yanks it 4 feet over so my feet can't be on it anymore. And I was just like, and then she sits down in the moved chairs that are 4 feet over, and then she just sits on her phone like this for like another half an hour. And the whole thing, and Missy was like, is she still there? I was like, she is. It was a straight Karen moment. It was straight Karen. And so I guess my question is, if you were at the Barnes & Noble, would you have put your feet down? This is what I'll say is a conundrum because, and yeah, no, they were like on the edge of the table. Like, just so I could get my laptop and she was like, she was like, people eat here. I was like, girl, this is a Barnes and Noble. Nobody should be having full meal. Like, I'm not about like,
You did say it was a low table.
it was a low table. It wasn't like a, hey, we're all going to sit around. Like, yeah, they said, no way. No, I wouldn't. Would you have put your feet down?
So I think it depends on if it was like one of those tables meant to kind of double as an ottoman table.
It was low. It was like to here.
I mean,
yeah, because I'm demure. Did you hear about demure?
I think I've heard about it.
And when she took the table, we would have a problem. Oh, I thought about it. I thought about getting up and moving my chair closer and then but I was like, I think there's something wrong. Yeah, I would have kept him up, but I'm from New Jersey too. Kept him up there out of spite. Yeah, no. Yeah. I put my feet up on my table at home and Barnes and Noble. Yeah. She would have gotten cursed out. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like we're sitting out here.
No,
I sit out here and I put my feet on this table.
and the other table was lower than this one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. It was, did she make it so your feet dropped? Yeah. No, she did. So my feet were on the floor and I was just, and then eventually 2 other ladies came over and sat who did not yank the table or scream at me. And we all sat there for maybe like another half hour. And then that one got up, and Cookie Pants got up. And then I pulled the table back and went back to, but it was, I would have put my foot down and gotten her face. I would have moved the table after she moved it. I thought about it. It's all about, as I tell the kids, it's all about approach. And that was the thing. I feel like I am at a place in my life where I appreciate a 3-step ask. Okay. What I mean by that is the first time if you ask me something, you'd be like, hey, would you mind? I'll be like, sure. What do you need to make? I'll help you. Second time, hey, I asked you once, even with kids, I asked you once, could you please do this? But I would say to my kids all the time, the third time I have to ask you something, you are getting full Dina and I will be screaming at you. So the fact that she came in with number 3, I was like, that's not how we work through life. And that's why I didn't respond. Like, I just can't. I'm like, there's the 1, 2, 3. I feel like everybody should learn the 1, 2, 3. Do you ever scream? I don't feel like you ever scream.
No, and I'm
even on 3.
No. But that's just me.
You're not from New Jersey.
No.
I mean, in New Jersey, we're like, it's like a 3-strike rule.
No.
There's never. Do you like what if somebody breaks their arm? Do you freak out then?
No.
When do you freak out?
I don't.
Okay, how are we friends? I don't know.
I freak out inside, but not externally.
So you have a lot of agita.
Oh yeah. But and I am very conflict averse. So I would her aggressiveness would have scared me because I don't know what other people are capable of or not.
She was.
So
I would say roughly 65.
I would have gotten up and I just
no. You could have taken her.
Well,
and I would have told you that if you were there, I'd be like, we are not moving. You can take her. Or I would have texted it to you. Yeah. Shakendra, there was no 1, 2. It was straight to 3. And I was like, I don't respond to straight to 3 at all for anybody. I also have a 3-step rule and I live in Pennsylvania. Maybe it's a Northeast thing.
I definitely think culture in Northeast is way more confrontational. In the South, there's kind of the reputation of you say things really
bless
nice, bless your heart, but inside or maybe behind people's back, that's when you kind of lash out. And
we don't
stuff,
do behind the back.
Yeah.
But what would you rather? Because if given the choice between the 1, 2, 3 method in New Jersey, but it's to your face, like if I hate you, you'll know, or would you rather be in like the Southern way where nobody ever tells you off, but people say stuff behind your back all the time? Well, you had to pick one.
In the Southern way, we probably wouldn't have put our feet on the table. You were in South Carolina when you did this, so that's probably why she got
Dana, tell me if you're a Southern person and you would have put your feet on the table. You're just too nice. You're like nice Southern. I have to believe Southern people would put their feet on the table. That's so funny. I would, and maybe it's because that's how I grew up, but I would much rather, if you're going to be like jerky, I'd rather you just do it to my face. And then I will know.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were at Miss America, there might have been one girl, New York, who wasn't nice. And she was picking a fight with everybody. And Dana almost got beat up by her. But we would go head to head. And I was like, yeah, that's not how we're going to do this. But everybody else was afraid of her. I was like, I'm not afraid of New York. Go ahead. Say whatever you want. I'm going to say it right back to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have. And I'm from the South. Yes, I would have. Born and raised in Georgia. I'm Southern. I would have totally put my feelings here. You're just nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, my only response, Terry, was to just laugh hysterical. I thought it was a joke. Missy was also laughing. She's like, Dina, I was listening. I thought the whole thing was a joke. I was laughing until I realized that you weren't responding. And she was literally just screaming at you. Mm-hmm. So.
We are all afraid of New York girls.
Yeah. Yeah. So New Jersey's
That's
not,
true.
But it was all the Southern girls were like crying. And I was like, what are you crying about? They're like, this is New York. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, please. But we did. Mm-hmm. The older you get, the more you like the direct approach. Yeah. PA, I would not put my feet on the table. So PA said she wouldn't. I think it might just be like people with like class. I don't know that it's a regional thing. Yeah. We were talking about the requirement for Miss. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and I didn't want to unleash. I don't like to unleash. I don't think I yell a lot, right? Mm-mm. I mean, it's very strategic. And I tell my kids, I'm like, if we have to do this and I have to ask you one more time, you're not going to like how this goes. So you can, was she the same age? Who, Nancy? Dana and I are 2 years apart, I guess. But all of us were between, 18 and 24.
Most of the girls were 22, 24. There was only a few of us that were 20.
Yeah.
And then
One.
Emily was 18.
Yeah.
Our friend Emily. But
were your feet just like on the edge so you can prop up your laptop? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Victoria was like, it's definitely a class thing. Yeah, no, I would. Dana seems uncomfortable.
oh,
Well, that's because she's not on this thing every morning.
no.
I would have put my feet on the table and played tug of war with the table. Mm-hmm. Was the one that's the same age? Oh no, the woman that was screaming. I would say she was in her mid 60s, and I just, I was upset that there was so much screaming happening. But do you ever even in the moment, like if somebody's up here and you're down here, like what is happening? There's just some part of your brain, even though it's rude, and you're like, I can't. You're like, something's wrong here. You know what I mean? And like when I find myself around somebody who's like either not having a good day, or I was like, I don't know where you are in your life that you decided that you should come over and yell about this when there's 25 other seats you could have sat in. Like, to me, that's just somebody that she's not right. So but when she started recording me, I was like, what is she going to do? I'm like, can you believe this lady's at the Barnes & Noble reading and working? Mm-hmm. It just was, yeah. I always have my feet up or crisscross applesauce. Lacey, you're adorable. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Patty, I did. I gave myself a lot of credit for keeping cool because my whole insides were uprising. And, I feel like when those things happen in public and they're just that you cycle, I was cycling through all the things that could happen, like, and none of them were good. I was like, if you answer her, nothing good will happen. So I'm good at, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was like, I need this to stop. I would have told her she didn't have permission to film me. Melissa, don't ever say that because everybody says that. And then it just makes people want to film you more. So I did say to Missy, I was going to take my AirPods out and just play back that thing up really loud at the Barnes and Noble. I did think about doing that because it's not a library. I guess I don't know, but I decided it's best if I just did nothing. Marianne, there was nobody around. That's what I said. I go, does anybody else hear her screaming? But there was nobody else around. So it was funny. And then on Saturday, I met up with Patty and Candace and Shakendra, and we had our dine with Dina. And then I found out there was a Soma down the street, so we went to Soma. And then I said to Dina, so Dina's got this cute bathrobe on. I said, where'd you get your bathrobe? She was like, Soma. And I was like, girl, love Soma. I just did a field trip to the Soma the other day. It was fun. When did you find Soma?
Years ago. In my 40s.
I was going to say, I feel like Soma's
40s,
like a
yeah.
40 plus store.
I love their underwear.
Everybody
I
loves
love their
underwear.
pajamas. I love their robes.
I've never had one.
Their robes. They're soft.
Yeah.
The bras are nice.
I don't wear their bras. I do wear the underwear. So we were there. And yeah, our Soma field trip was the best. So Shakendra was getting like these cute little like 2-piece. I don't know if they were jammies or just lounge wear. And then Candace. So Candace is adorable. She's one of our followers. And she said that before she came to the Dime with Dina, she said, yeah, my husband was like, so what are you guys going to learn today? And Candace was like, what? He was like, well, you guys get together and you have lunch and then you learn something. And she was like, I was like, why would he even any of us learn anything? She's like, I don't know, but he was like, you guys are going to learn something.
He confused it with a lunch and learn.
Maybe, which is not what we do. I should be like, dine with Dina, not a lunch and what's a lunch and learn?
It's a big thing in like the corporate world. So like where you use the lunch break, they'll bring in lunch and then they use it as an opportunity to like train you or have someone teach you something.
What's the best lunch and learn you've been to? What did you learn?
Well, I worked in tech and in software,
Right.
so they'd have them for product updates or
So nothing good. No. Shakendra was like, we learned things. So that was what was so funny. Yeah, he was thinking lunch and learn, I think. That's what Candace said. So then it was so funny. We go to Soma and they have so many different kinds of underwear. And do you ever wear the ones that have like the silicone on them that keep them down? Yeah. So I've tried those and they have the other ones. So Candace, I was like, Candace, look at this. I'm like, Shakendra, look at this. Patty, look at this. And she left with all this new underwear. I said, so when you go home and your husband's like, what'd you learn? I'm like, I learned all about new underwear. So every time, I think we're going to do a dime with Dina near Soma every time because it was so fun. And then, so everybody was shopping and I found on the sale rack, I told Dina, it's this black spaghetti strap, like pajama, like nightie. It had pockets, y'all. Pockets. And my mom was like, what are you going to do with the why do you need pockets in your pajamas? I'm like, because in case of an emergency. It's so nice. I feel like you can put pockets on anything. Do they have pockets in bathing suits yet? I don't know what you'd put in your pocket, but you're like, yeah. You learned a new use for silicone. It's nice. Where's a Soma store? I need to go there. I have it at my mall. Is there one around here? Yeah. The standalones. This one was in like a market square, like a bunch of shops. But yeah. No, it was perfect. My swimsuit has pockets. Almost all wedding dresses now have pockets.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, men have a small pocket in the front of their bathing suit. It's so funny. I know. Did Di's phone fall out of her robe pocket? Oh, yeah. So my mom's phone fell in the toilet. during the pandemic. Did you see that video? Oh wait, no. The best was you don't. Neither of us have shoes on. One day this summer, we're at the shore, and Di was talking about how she got this new pair of sneakers, and I was like, "Oh, that's good." She goes, "Well, it looks just like my old sneaker," and I go, "Okay, but it's new." So I wanted to differentiate them, so I knew like this is my new pair. This is my old pair. And I was like, okay. She goes, so I wanted them, I was just going to make for the beach. And I said, okay. She goes, but I had to figure out a way to like make sure I knew. And I was like, all right. So I got a marker. And I was like, this isn't going to go. Let me show you. I think I can show you the clip because you really have to see it to believe it. Dina, she wrote all over this sneaker.
On the outside of it?
Yes. And I don't know if I could find it. That was Dean.
Oh, memory loss.
But she just wrote, I'll find it for you later. But she took the shoe. She wrote beach along the side right here. I go, what is wrong with you? Then she turned to the front, beach. Turned it to the side, beach. On the back, beach. On both sneakers. She said, you look special. Why would you do this? Oh my gosh, she was so funny. Yeah, in her beach shoes.
She was drunk.
Yeah. I said, I'm going to do this. I said, on my running sneakers, I'm going to just put running. I was like, she got pickleball. She's so funny. So.
Hey, Molly.
Oh, Molly's here. Molly, want to say hi to everybody? This is Molly. How old is Molly?
Molly's going to be 12.
Oh, she's sweetie. We were cuddling last night.
She's a sweet girl.
She is a sweet girl. She is. So it's Monday, everybody. It's Ugly Monday. So hopefully your Monday starts well this week. I will be heading back home tomorrow morning, super early. So I figure I'll probably make it to because it's 7 hours home from here. So I'm trying to make a couple stops. So I think I can make it to Richmond by 8:30 tomorrow. So I'll leave super early, right?
8:30 in the morning?
Yeah, I'm going to leave. If I leave at 6.
Oh.
If I sneak out?
Yeah.
I should make it, right? So we'll be live from Richmond, Virginia tomorrow. And then heading home from there, and then be home for Tipsy Tuesday. It's just driving and talking all day tomorrow. I don't know. I'm definitely going to need a bourbon by then. Mm-hmm. How's the car doing while you have been traveling? Good. So here's what I realized. I have gotten more tickets, moving violations, since buying that car. Because it's so luxurious that you don't even know you're speeding. I got a ticket on the way down to my sister's. The first, and I was like, isn't he going to look at my record? I haven't had a ticket in forever. And then I remembered I did, because the red lights in Philly will catch you.
It doesn't ding you, if you go too fast?
It does. One was caught on a traffic light.
Car. The car, you can't set it if you go certain over to beep at you or something.
I don't know. I probably could. But the ride down is it literally changes every 5 seconds, especially on 17. It'll be now it's 55, now it's 45,
so
now
you got
it's 35.
One?
Well, no, I got one on the way down to Nikki's, but then I remembered that I did have one in Philly. But on the way here, I had to really pay attention. Mm-hmm. I never had
cruise
tickets.
Control.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that if I'm driving and it's a 55 road and I set it for 55, 4 blocks from here, all of a sudden it goes to 45 for no reason. And my car doesn't know that. So it keeps going 55. And then all of a sudden you're near a residential and they're like, okay, now so that's it. Mm-hmm. I told Dana all of my urine cup stories last night. I'm going to do a whole hour of just me and urine cups. It's a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Along the camera tickets aren't a moving violation because they don't know who's driving. Okay, Anne Marie. Then I've gotten one in 30 years, and it was on the way down here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Um, exactly. So anyway, all right. Are you guys ready for the spool? All right, let me put my hair up. Um, so this tell everybody when the spool went in.
So the construction process started November 2022 and it was finished May 2023. So it took a long time, but we did a lot around
This
the
whole
yard,
area was
retaining
done.
walls, new short game golf area
Obviously.
for my husband and my son. They're big golfers. And of course, the spool, which is can be normal temperature or we can heat it up. So it's like a hot tub.
Last night was 99. What is it today?
I set it to 95, which is what I like. Over 95, it does start to get hot.
And this is open year round. You never close it.
Mm-mm.
So a spool is a spa pool. And so Dana like took some pictures and then designed it, but this one you can hear has a water feature. Girl. All right, let's go over and we'll get in the spool. But I got to be strategic so you don't see my butt. All right. So here's Dana's yard. Look how pretty it is. All right. We gotta do this. All right, I'm gonna have you all sit here for a second while Dana and I get in the pool. So you can't see us. So Dana, get on that side if you want to see your butt. Nobody wants that.
Although we did do that for Miss America.
We did do that for Miss America. It was like 30 years ago.
That was 30 years ago.
Oh, gosh, 30 years ago. Okay, here we go. Oh, look. Oh my God. Oh, here comes Molly. She won't get in though.
No.
So this is a spool, everybody. And it's the best. Oh, here comes Molly. She's checking out the computer. I know, it's so nice. It's so pretty. Molly, you gonna come in?
She won't come in.
She won't?
No.
Not even if you call her? She literally won't stop sniffing my computer.
She's an Irish Terrier, so she's supposed to like water, but she never has.
It's not her thing.
It might be my fault, actually.
Why?
When she was a puppy, they had bring your dog to the pool day,
Okay.
and we just kind of threw her in.
So she's got trauma.
So we may have traumatized her.
She's got trauma. I know. The water feature is the best part. So not all spools have the water, right, Dean?
Well, I don't know.
Not that you saw
I think you can add them
in your picture.
And I think the feature is the jets and the blower, so it will act like a hot
What's
tub.
the difference between the jets and the blower?
Well, the jets are on now, so they just have water coming out of every jet, and then the blower just creates like all the.
How deep is it? I'll show you.
It goes to 5. It goes to 5 feet.
So it goes down a little? Because, Dina, tell him.
Oh, Phil!
Phil!
I think
Phil's
Phil's
in the
watching.
Her husband is turning stuff on. But her whole family, so Wesley is 6'4",
6'5" or 6'5".
6'5" right now. And I was going to say, Bill is actually the shortest one now, probably. 6'3".
6'4".
And Tyler. So they're tall people. So even though it's not that wide, when you get close to the waterfall, it gets lower. What? So nice. So nice. So listen, you can make your reservation to stay online at danashouse.com. No, you can't. No, you can't. It is like a giant hot tub. Yes. But in the summer, you don't use the heat at all, right? Like if you want to be refreshed or something.
So me and my oldest son, we only like to get in it when it's warm. So But Phil doesn't like that at all. In the summer, he thinks it should be cold, which I understand. But we'll still heat it.
So I asked you this last night. Do you get snow here?
Yeah, a little bit.
And do you come out when it's in the snow? And just like
We could.
you haven't yet?
No.
No.
We didn't. I don't think we even got any snow last year. I don't think we got any.
Yeah. If this was an Airbnb, I would book it. I can tell you that. Putting green too. Oh, you're a golfer. This is it. Mm-hmm. We keep our pool at 90 and it drives my husband crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but it was just so funny because last time I guess we were in the mountains the last time I saw you with the hot tub, and you were talking about, so she was talking about the spool then, and I've been obsessed, as you know. And so when I said I'm going to stop by, she was like, oh, bring your bathing suit. I was like, oh, this spool. So it's so nice. So that is us for today, everybody. It's a beautiful Monday. Hopefully it's not too ugly. We'll be live with supporters tonight at 9 for Ugly Monday. Maybe we'll be in the school. Who knows? But that's it. And tomorrow morning I'll be in Richmond, Virginia for the morning show and then heading back up home. But I hope my parents have in-ground pool in the summer stays pretty warm from the sun, but it could use a heater when it's cold. Yeah. I heat my pool to 87. What is even happening? Said Chris Bass. It's a beautiful day at Club Dana. So I just finished in Myrtle Beach and headed up to Raleigh to spend some time with Dana. So here's what the exciting thing we're doing today. So I said, well, what do you want to do tomorrow? She's like, I'm not sure. She's like, hey, I bought that machine you said to buy, but I don't know how to use it. And I was like, what machine? She was like, the pizzelle maker.
I didn't know the name of it.
I said, did you ever use it? She goes, no, I don't know how. So we're going to go out today and get some ingredients, and we're going to make our first pizzelles. And I also want to make the peanut butter cookies. Do you guys like peanut butter? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll make the peanut butter cookies. So my plan is to just make all of them fat and then leave tomorrow. So, yeah. So it's a good time. So thanks for watching, everybody, as always. And if you don't have a pizzelle maker yet, you might want to get one because voila, Cooking with Di comes to the main page in the middle of October. So we will be beginning all of our Christmas cookies for this holiday season. I know it seems early, but most of the Christmas cookies you can freeze. So you can make them with us, freeze them, and then you'll have a whole bunch for Christmas and Thanksgiving. So I know I'm the baker, Anne Marie. I'm on the. That would be a great job if you just ran around the country just making pizzelles and cookies in people's houses. Of course, they'd have to have a spool, or I wouldn't stop. But it's part of the show. Yeah. No, Beth, when we the pizzelles will be once we get to the main page. We go to the main page in the beginning of October, and we're live every week, usually on Sundays with my mom. So yeah, it'll be great. All right. Well, have a good day, everybody. Thanks for watching. As always, like Judy from Saskatoon, who should be home soon. And good time, Andrea, say, do something nice for yourself or others today. And thanks for watching. Have a great day and a blessed day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on One Funny Morning.